I'm going to go over the format before we officially get started, but I want to introduce myself for those of you who don't officially know me. My name is Debbie Barnett, and I run Mah Jongg events throughout the year, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about those events in just a bit. I have been playing since I'm in my 20s, teaching since 2006. I'm not like many of you are Mah Jongg nuts, if not all of you, because you wouldn't be here otherwise. But I am definitely a Mah Jongg enthusiast, and I love to help. One of my favorite things to do in the whole world is to teach. And this is a way for me to do that to a wider audience. But I do also offer lessons at my online school. So for anybody that's interested in getting either private lessons or a group lesson, please check out MahjongTeacher.com, and you could take a look at some of the classes I offer there. It is a virtual online school. It's extremely cool. I myself or the other instructors can actually go into the hands and manipulate the tiles for you, just like as if I was standing right behind you, which is pretty cool. And okay, so the format for this is, obviously it's difficult if I'm chatting and people are talking at one time. So the best way to get your message across to me is through chat. I'll pay attention, but if somebody does see that I've missed a comment, feel free to unmute and just say something and then mute yourself back up. If for any reason you need to talk to somebody in the house, the TV, your phone's going to go off or whatever, just keep yourself muted until I open it up at the end for questions and answers, because mostly everything, I'm going to do a lot of commentary during this evening. If you don't get something, you'll put it in chat, and I will definitely try to get to everybody's request. Oh, and I think Hannah, my other Hawaii, my student from Hawaii, I think she's joining right now. She's just coming in. That's so cool. I have to let her know when I see her come in here. I have to move my mouse over. Okay. All right, and hello again in YouTube, out there in YouTube land. Hannah, there is another, let me see what her name is. Don't tell me, I'm gonna go look at my Hawaii. Dory is from Hawaii, and I told her that you have a home in Hawaii. So there are people that have homes in Hawaii.
What island is she on?
Dory, can you put into the chat what island you're on? No. Let me see if it's come. Yep, she just posted it. Oahu.
Oh, that's a little far from Maui.
Well, still, I never knew one person that had a home.
That's so nice. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, very, very nice. Okay, so Hannah, I already went over the format. You were here before, so you kind of know it, but everybody should stay muted if they can, just in case there's any interruptions that go on. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go to
the 4 umbrellas.
Oh, so I just heard something there. Okay, let me do this. Hold on.
I'm sorry. My husband knows he shouldn't have talked, but he did.
Oh, that's why it's easier just to keep yourself muted. Just hit your little thing, and then you don't have to even think about it. So I don't even know where it comes from, because it's, you know, there's a lot of you here tonight. So anyway, I don't know that. But anyway, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go through some things with those who have not been here before. So for people who have heard this before, it'll be a refresher for you. And can you see? Just shake your head. One person, anybody, shake your head if you can see this. Okay, cool. Okay, so as I said earlier, I run Mah Jongg events, and throughout the year, many of them are tournaments, but the one big event that I do is the Mah Jongg conference in October. It's going to be the third year. It is a new concept, so it needs to grow. Of course, the more support that I get with this concept, the quicker it'll grow and the more it'll get known. And when you know about it and you get excited about it, you could spread the word to other people. So there's a lot of great stuff on the website. The home page here, you could scroll through and just see some of the pictures from last year's event. And we have a little timer. It shows the countdown of how many days. It's going to be taking place in the Villages, Florida. So we've got some pictures here, and you could watch a trailer about the event. I'm not going to do it tonight just because I got started a little later, but you can come in and watch the YouTube trailer. It's also on the YouTube channel. So I would greatly appreciate it if you do visit my YouTube channel to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications. That not only helps me grow my audience, but it helps you be connected to me. When I post something new, you'll get notification that there's been a new video posted. And sometimes I have plans actually to do a video series. And so it's not going to be live like this. So if you subscribe to YouTube, you'll find out when I have a video posted, and you can go in and check it out. So I've got some really cool things planned for that. And there's going to be 3 days. I'm going to share with you the schedule in a minute, but it's going to be taking place at the Wildwood Community Center, which is only 2.5 miles from the hotel, which is a brand new hotel called the Brownwood Hotel and Spa. And I have a shuttle arranged to bring my attendees back and forth to the event. You can come in here and read all about it. I've got special pricing for people who want to extend their stay. And if you want to be on the mailing list, please enter your name and email here, because I do send out emails about the events. And that way you'll be on the email list, and you'll also get notifications about special announcements through email. Okay, now with that being said, what I want to do is I want to share the schedule with you. And this right now is a tentative schedule. I don't expect it to change too much, but it was a 2-day event, and someone suggested that I add a get together the night before, a mini tournament. And then, somebody then asked me the other day, well, what about if we want to just come and play socially? And that's fine too. So I really should amend this here to say mini tournament or social play. And that way everybody knows they don't have to join in to the, hey, Carol, welcome. And so this is on Wednesday night. If you want to come, if you want to play, there are people that just can't get enough Mahjong. But if you fly in on Wednesday and you want to come join us on Wednesday evening, we have this option now available. Day 2, the morning is all workshops. So, and they're repeated throughout the morning, so that if you want to go to more than one item, you'll be able to do that. There's one exception, so you may not be able to get to everything, but hopefully not everybody wants to go to everything. So for instance, these workshops are hands-on workshops. Last year and the year before, we had a lecture format, very different, where you sat there and you just listened to a speaker. From our feedback that we had gotten over the past few years, people wanted to do hands-on stuff. They want to get their hands on the tiles and work these different types of activities. So we have a strategies all levels. It would be very, very informative. If you're thinking, and I'm hoping that most of you are, not at the super advanced level, but there are people that are very advanced that, think they have nothing else to learn. And I could argue that point with them. I'm still learning every day. I'm still improving my game. There's still things I need to know. So I just encourage you to always keep an open mind when it comes to that. We have navigating the Charleston, 3-player Siamese or 3-player Mahjong. We will have take your game to the next level online for people that have not been comfortable with getting online and being able to improve their game. We're going to talk more about that tonight because we're going to be doing all of our playing tonight on I Love Maj. And there's going to be a mock tournament for those who have wanted to do a tournament, but they're a little nervous about trying it out. So this is going to be a great opportunity to get timed in a session, learn about tournament rules, and just get the feel of what it's like. Just a short session there. And then, like I said, these all play, and I mean, they all repeat, so that's pretty cool. And then in the afternoon, we have our fundraiser for Alzheimer's. It's a silent auction. Last year, we raised, a good amount of money for Alzheimer's. We had some absolutely incredibly beautifully donated gifts, and we're working on getting those in now. So hopefully we'll have some awesome gifts again this coming year. And during this afternoon, while this silent auction is going on, you have a choice of playing socially, or you could hop into the other room and learn how to play Hong Kong Mahjong. And so that's going to be another fun activity to do. And each year, my goal is to have a new version of Mahjong introduced, and then maybe repeat them again once those have been exhausted. Well, there's so many versions, and there might be some that I don't include at this event because some of the versions are extremely difficult, but we'll have to see as it goes. All right, and then we have day 3, which is a full day of Mahjong. Again, lots of Mahjong. Mahjong Wednesday night, Mahjong all afternoon here, Mahjong workshops here. And then on day 3 is our full game day, where we have a full day. You choose what you want to do. Play socially or play in the tournament. You know, you might even get a feel of this tournament here, this little mock tournament, and you might say, you know what? I think I'd rather buy into the tournament. And if we can make that happen, which we did last year, we'll make that happen. We had some beginner players that decided they wanted to try it, and they did incredibly. I don't even mean beginner tournament players. They were beginners, and it was their very first tournament as well. And they were incredible. And this is a good venue to experience that at, because this is not like one of these large 2-day tournaments, 2 or 3 day tournaments where the people have been going to these for years and they're really, really die-hard tournament goers. And sometimes that's a little more stressful. You just kind of get a feeling, there's an air about, these players, and it could put some stress on you. I'm not going to lie, the first time could be a little nerve-wracking, but if you are comfortable with playing, just give it a shot. Try it out. It's not bad, really. Okay, so that's the schedule for MahjCon. Now, for the ticketing, whoops, sorry for my mouse that you're watching fly all over, but it's not cooperating sometimes with me, and I don't know whoops, you don't want to do that. For ticketing, I just want to go over it just briefly with you, just because it can be a little confusing. But if you read here, you'll read a little recap of the stuff, okay? The hotel is in the 2 nights of the event, Thursday and Friday. The fee for the event includes the hotel fee. If you're coming in the day before or the day of the mini tournament, or even the day before that, you would need to book an extended stay once you purchased your tickets. And here is where you would do that. So if you were going to stay before the event, you would purchase your tickets for that. If you're going to stay after the event, you would go in and purchase those tickets, because of the fact that you've got 2 dates in between where the hotel is paid for. You have to do it in steps. I'm glad to walk anybody through this. I had someone call me, it was yesterday or the day before. I walked her through it all, and I'm glad to do that. You can give me a call. I have no problem helping you guys do it. But if you go into the ticketing, you see here, this has the optional mini tournament. If you're coming in to play socially that night, I didn't put in a ticketing for, I didn't charge anything. I'm going to be providing snacks and prize money and all that, but I mostly wanted to charge just for the tournament people so that I could give prize money out, placement prizes out. So this is where you would click here. And so just take a look at the main category. That helps you figure out where you want to be. Do you want to do social games on Friday, or do you want to do the tournament on Friday? And that's where you would be. So that's the first thing to decide. Then you know where you want to be. You also have a donor ticket add-on. I have supporters that want to help fund the event. It's not an inexpensive venture. And the last 2 years were losses, but I don't do this. My goal is not, I want to make money. It'd be nice to make money one day, but right now that's not happening. So this does help fund the event. Like, again, which I said is not inexpensive. And then we have, for people that are local, living local, this would not be something someone would probably fly in for, but local people close to me can attend just the Friday event. There's also a replay ticket. People sometimes buy that if they can't come, excuse me, and that's available. And that's it. So again, if you have any questions, you need any help, please reach out to me. I hope some of you guys will consider coming and joining this year's event and make it an annual little vacation, maybe a getaway with the girls, or even a getaway with your husband. If he likes to do things independently, it's a perfect little trip. Okay. So now enough with MahjCon. We're going to talk about these other little things really quickly. I always say really quickly, but it never seems to be really quickly, but I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. We have Mahjpedia, which is a Mahjong encyclopedia for rules about the game and strategy. If you can bookmark this on your telephone, or if you use something else regularly that you have access to, please do so. If you're sitting around a Mahjong game and experience what I've had many times, which is a little argument over a rule, all you need to do is put it in here and, put in one word. Less is more when it comes to any kind of searching. And you could come down and scroll and look and see all the choices you have. And so if you wanted to know when were you committed to calling a discard, you click on this. It's in a question and answer format, and the source where the most current source is. And actually this has to be updated because I don't usually keep in the old sources. So I need to update that. So I'm going to make a little note for myself. I usually get lots done when I do these because I learn, I give myself more work. And that one is ID number 95. They all have an ID number, and that's because, in case you were to look at something and you wanted to just jot it down and then be able to get back to it, you'd be able to just search that ID number, and you don't even need to put in ID. You can just put in 95. All right, so that's the Mahjpedia. And then I have the player database, which is growing. I was very excited because someone reached out to me and wanted to know if there was somebody living in, that played, were there any groups or anybody that played in Colorado? Well, of course, Colorado is a pretty big state. And so, I went in, she's now been added, but this is a brand new database. So we don't have a lot of people in here yet. So I was excited that two of the areas are, one is 10 minutes from her and the other is 25. So that's pretty cool based on the fact that this is pretty new. And this is a way for people to connect to you and find you, and you to connect to them, whether they live in your area, whether they've recently moved, or they're vacationing. Some people live somewhere 6 months of the year and live somewhere else 6 months of the year. And if you have two addresses, I can put in both of them so that people can contact you regardless, and you create a relationship from there, and you let them know, hey, I'm in your area from January to March or whatever it is, okay? To get added to the database, you click on Contact Us. I have been asking people to put this in the meeting chat. You certainly can if you want. But if you fill this out with your name and email address, and you just say, add me to the database, it isn't going to happen. It's going to require me to do a second step. So you're going to want to put in your name. Oh my goodness gracious. And your email address. Just put that one in there, and you're going to want to say, please add me to the database. And you could, or you don't even have to say that. I'll know if you do these next steps, and you might put in Boca Raton, Florida, 33433. And the phone number is optional, but if you wanted to, you could put it in just like that, and then hit submit. If you give me your city, state, and zip with or without the phone number, we know that you want to get added to the database. Okay, so that's where you do it. Please join the database. Please put your info in, and then you will be able to come in if you need to connect to somebody and search in this database. We add everybody from the back end, so it's not like you can go in and add yourself. Okay, so we are done with that, and I'm going to head over to I Love Maj right now, where we're going to be playing. And if you guys are brand new tonight, I Love Maj is my choice for where I like to present these live streams, because it is, to me, one of the most intuitive online gaming platforms, although there's plenty of really, really good ones. You can read a lot about the website coming in here. They have some learning videos and tutorials and wonderful things in here. For playing, you go to the play and launch the game launch pad. This is your play area, and this is the exercise room area. And this is going to come in extremely handy for everybody, because what are we getting the end of March, very beginning of April? We're getting the new card. Whoa, how cool is that? That's really exciting. I know, I can't wait to get the new card. It's like I'm like a little girl getting a new toy for the first time. So I'm excited, but this is going to be an amazing way for you to learn the card. Unless you have that memory where you could do that really quickly, this is going to be the place you're going to want to go. So let's look at Make the Hand really quickly. I'll just go through these and then we'll start playing. It goes from the top of the card all the way down, and then to the next section, down, and then over to the right-hand panel. You just follow this and click on the tiles, click, click. That's all you do. I think you may be able to drag. I'm not sure. Let's try it. No, it's a click, one click. You could throw a joker in if you want. And then do that. And do that. Click validate. And you go to the next hand, it'll go to the next one down. You do this over and over again, you are going to be amazed at how quickly you're going to learn the card. So another really good one for learning the card is, now Charleston practice is, Charleston practice. And so we're not going to talk about that one tonight, but I want to talk about this one. What hand is that? Because that's going to be another really good learn the card strengthening exercise where you get exposures up on the card and you have to figure out which category. So with the new card, everybody's going to have a little bit of a tougher time. Right now, we could look at this with the 3 flowers and the 5s, and we could figure that out. So let's figure out what all there could be here. So this could be any like numbers. And then once you have this open, it wants you to put this here. I don't know if we could do 2 in a row, if I have to do 2 in a row, but there is the consecutive run, second hand down. Oh yeah, it does let you. Okay, beautiful. And so we have the, where is it? Right here. Okay. And is there anything else with 3 flowers and 5s? I don't think so. So I'm going to go ahead and validate and see if we were right. Okay, so we were right. If you miss one, it'll let you know that you missed one. So this is just great stuff to do. I adore this, and I'm so excited to use it when I get the new card myself. Module's also very fun, and this is going to be challenging with the new card as well, but another great way to strengthen. You have to fill in the hands with the missing tiles like Wordle. So this is going to be this is fun. All right, so check it out if you are interested in trying it for 3 weeks for free. I am an affiliate of theirs. You could put in code DB when you sign up. The link is in the YouTube description. Or you could just go to I Love Maj, sign up, and it's going to ask you for a code. And you could try it out for 3 weeks. All right, so we're going to get started here in the game Launchpad. We're going to play with bots. And these bots are tough competitors. We're going to play the advanced. If you're newer, you will want to play with the standard, work your way up to immediate and advanced. And the reason that I'm saying this is that, yeah, these are computer players, but they have intelligence built into them. That's one of the things I love about this site. That is not an easy feat to accomplish. Man, they got it worked out. So it is challenging. The people that have been here every week, they know that it is sometimes it's really tough to get some mahjongs in with these guys, but we hopefully we'll get them in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started and launch the game. And it's a very relaxed, by the way, when you play with bots, if you click yes, and there's someone looking for a live game, they'll find you and you could let them in and play. But for us, we don't want the interruptions. So we're going to get started. You could change your tile types. They also have the Mahjong line, a couple of their tiles in if you've heard of them. If you want to practice playing with tiles that don't look like standard tiles and get to learn what they are all about. You could change your color themes. Here you could also change if you decided, oh, you know what, I want to just try a different level. You could do that there. The timer times you as far as calling a tile. So this game mimics real life play. If you were sitting around a table with 4 people, you couldn't sit there forever. Somebody's going to start, making some noise and want you to go. So this could help you get to a little bit faster pace. And they do have a pause button. So if you need more time, it's not like a timer where you're done. you set it for 6 seconds or 4 seconds, you can hit pause. Okay? So, and this is where we'll change our card to 2023 when people start getting it. Very cool. All righty. So I talk through this and I'll say things, whether you know what you're doing or not. It might sound like I'm talking to a beginner or an advanced player, but the purpose of this is to build your skills. So I want to make sure that you know what I'm thinking and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So first thing is I always sort by suit, get everything neatly organized. It just gives you a better visual. We know that this does not stay like this very long, but at least it's not like having your papers thrown all over your desk. It makes it a little bit neater. And we always want to work off of our strengths. So I'll bring up my 2 pairs first to the front of the rung here. And one of the things about, oh my goodness, my mouse is not behaving. One of the things about working with strengths or working with pairs is, you already have a couple. So it's like, wow, I already have an extra tile. You might as well work off of those rather than not. But the challenge is that sometimes those pairs or pungs in pairs or combinations thereof don't go together, which is what we have here. We have 3s and we have 8s. And our 3s and 8s, oh my goodness, I can't, somebody is coming in and I can't get over.
Cracks too.
Oh, and I have the ones cracks. Thank you, Phyllis. I didn't see that yet. I'm letting somebody in. Okay, so we have 1 cracks as well. I'll put those up at the front because those do go together with the 3s. So, all right. So, in this case, we have the 8s and the 3s that don't really go together. We also have 8s and 1s that don't go together, but we do have 1s and 3s that could work out. So if we start with the 1s, we need to build upon that. And one of the things that I see here is that we have a pair of flowers. So looking at the flowers and knowing this card, I see that we've got the 1s and the 3s. And if we have a middle number there, we've got a mixed suit run, which is the 3rd hand down under consecutive run on the right side. Now, what suit do we need that's missing? We need a 2 dot. But Mah Jongg is, you almost have to be a visionary to play this game because you have to see the possibilities of what you can play. And that's something when you play in the exercise room, also when you're choosing, I forget which one of the exercises, but you have to be able to see the opportunities of what can be. So yes, do we have a gap here? Do we have, hey, Linda, hey, Shirley, chiming in on YouTube, welcome. Do we have, a gap here and something missing? We do, but we have to keep this in mind. So this is one possibility. Now, we do have the flowers here. So I also know that another hand within the consecutive run, and by the way, the best way to play this game, with the exception of consecutive run, because consecutive run is a little unique, is to collect tiles within a category, whether it's your evens or your odds, which can also include your 3, 6, 9. They overlap. That's the easiest way as a beginner to play. But as you get stronger, you're able to expand that and see not just one category, but more than one thing. So in categories other than consecutive run, you could collect all the tiles. Like if you were going to collect evens, you just collect all 2, 4, 6, 8 until you run out of your discards and pick a hand. But with consecutive run, you often see the hand right away. You still could collect, all of the numbers within a range in there, no doubt about it. But you sometimes can see the hand early on, which we did here with the 1 crack and 3 bam. All right, now, what other potential hand could come in the consecutive run? Well, there is a hand, second hand from the bottom, which plays with 1 suit because the card has 1 color and the matching dragon to that suit. And so this could be 1, 2, 3, or it could be 2, 3, 4. But it is a piece of that hand right there. All right, what else can we do? I'm not even going to, I'm going to move these down on the end for right now as we're working in here.
You could keep the 2 crack for.
Okay, now remember, if you guys came in late, put it in the chat if you can. And I see that Emily, yes, so Agnes said I have 3 pairs. You're absolutely right. I didn't get that 1 in there yet. It was stuck all the way on the right, and I did miss that. And leaning toward consecutive run, Emily, you're absolutely right. Right now, that's what we're looking at.
You also have 1, 2 in cracks and 3, 4.
Okay, so whoever is talking, we need to mute and do it in the chat. So find your chat box, please, please. If you wouldn't mind, just try to find it. Okay, so Emily says discard the 8 crack in the north, maybe hold on to the 7 crack. Okay, well, we're gonna get finished here with what we're gonna do as well. So we also have the same situation with the 2 and 3 green we have with the 1 and 2 red. This is quite a challenging set of tiles. Phyllis, I'm sure that you will agree with me. This is quite challenging. We have so many options here, but I don't need the 7 crack. I can break up the 8 dots because they do not suit me any purpose here. I mean, honestly, not, and I can get rid of the north. So I'm hoping that when I get rid of these, I'll get something else in that will shed more light, because every Charleston move that comes in, you need to reassess what's going in. Things change so quickly with these hands. And and then Phyllis said 1, 3, 5 in 3 suits. 1, 3, 5 and 3 suits is another option. Yes, 100% another option. Okay, so we've got lots of choices here. All righty. So we got a 5 in, Phyllis, but we didn't get it in the right suit. But we did get another red in. Okay. And that makes the 1, 2 possible run with the dragons a little stronger than the 2 and the 3. Now, nonetheless, we're going to have to choose 3 tiles. So we're going to do the north. Yeah. Now, somebody said, while also not giving someone a pair immediately with 8 dots, that's why you break them up. And that is correct. First of all, rule of thumb, there's a couple of rules with Charleston. Do not pass the flower. Okay, you may get stuck passing a flower, but hopefully, if it comes up during these sessions, I can tell you how not to get stuck doing that. But sometimes somebody passes you a flower at a time where you need to pass, and you can't break your hand up. In that case, you say, you could thank so-and-so for this, so that they know you didn't pass the flower, because that's like, no, against all rules, don't pass a flower. The other thing is, don't pass pairs. Okay, is there an exception? There is an exception. There have been times when I watch what's going around the Charleston, and I know that nobody's collecting wins. They're coming, they're going, they're coming, they're going. And at the end, I have a pair, and I want to maximize the potential of what I get in. And yes, I may pass a pair in that situation. Would it be another natural tile? More than likely not. People could get things in during the Charleston and then end up getting a natural pair of like 8s, for instance, or whatever. And all of a sudden, those 8s now work out after they have reassessed their Charleston moves. Okay, so I am going to say that in this case, I'm going to get rid of the north and the 5. Now, I typically do not like to pass out the 8 dot because there's already one out there going on. So would not be my preference of what I want to do. If I had some like numbers here, you know, I might want to keep this in case I got in some more like numbers if I got 1s or 3s, because, you know, there are dragons that get played with the like numbers, although there's only the one hand at the bottom of that category that plays with the flowers. So if I were going to do anything else, I'd have to give up those flowers, which I don't really want to do in this particular case. So in this situation, I'm going to ask my assistant, Phyllis, to put into chat whether she would pass the 8 dot or the 2 DM or the green. I have an assistant. Phyllis didn't know she was my assistant.
Yeah, I probably would pass the 8 dot because you got, you know, like 6 of one and half dozen of the other in the other 2 hands. So
Right. And it's like kind of sad to break it up and not choose, right? Even though I have 5 here and only 4. Well, not 5. I have more than 5. I have 2, 4, 6, 7 here and 6 on the other. Yeah. So, I mean, I could probably regret it, but I would more than likely pass the 2 or the green. Yeah. I would probably pass the 2 or the green and try to see if, you know, I could end up getting it back, maybe not. But I think I would not want to get the 8 out there that quickly. It's so early. It's only the second move.
right.
So I may not make this good move here. Well, somebody made a good point. Cherie said the 8 dot went right, so passing the 8 dot across will then go left. That is correct. So it may not get to, if it goes to the across and then they pass it left and then a left.
Back to you.
What?
Sorry.
Well, oh, that's okay. Do you know, Joan, do you know where the chat is, by the way?
Yes,
Oh, good. That's okay. So yeah, I mean, you know, we still have that 1, 2, 3 run potential. So I'm trying to think now because my head is like a little bit blown up. If it goes across, it's not going to the first right person. The first right got it, and they could be giving it out. My left, second and first and second left is not their first and second left, and then the across. I'm thinking that at some point it could get to the same person. I might have to like write this down, like do a chart and see. Does anyone know? Does anybody there know whether or not this 8 dot could get into the same person's hand if I
You
had?
know, somebody could steal too, so.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
You know,
That's true. So
that's
you,
what I
yeah.
was trying to diagram it out.
Yeah, that's true. Somebody could definitely do that. Okay, so all right, let's do this. It's going to be a fun practice thing. We're going to pay attention to what happens with the 8 dots because this is a learning experience, right? So now we're gonna do this. So you're across first left is your first right. Yeah, that's true. Still very confusing. All right, now I got back I just got back on the across an 8 dot, but that's impossible, correct? For me to have gotten back my original.
Correct.
So that
Right.
means there's 3 8 dots
Right.
circling around.
They-
Okay,
You also got a 1 bam, so.
I got a 1 bam, yeah. But I don't need that 1 bam. Oh, 1 bam, 1 2 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1 2 3. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't need that. I was thinking 1 3 3 5. Okay, so we did get a 1 bam, but now I have to do either blind pass or I have to send the 8 dot out. Oh my God. So we're at the same exact, I mean, what do we do? If I only do one, so here's the thing, okay, look, there's another hand that kind of has developed too. All right. I'm going to say that if I don't have jokers, I do like to keep my eye on the singles and pairs hand. It's a, far-fetched here, but I still like to keep it. If I'm not going to pass the 8 dot, then I have to make a decision about doing a blind pass. And then if I'm going to keep the reds and the greens, I mean, okay, we're gonna do a blind pass here and see what happens. This is not what I would normally, I mean, I usually would break this up and go one way or another, but I'm gonna do this just to see because it's a good experiment. See what happens here. All right, so we now have the dilemma, okay? Because the rule of thumb for continuing the Charleston is if you have 3 tiles to pass, meaning you don't have just one hand, then you continue. If I only had one hand and no options at all, I would click stop. But I can't stop. I have to pick my best choice, my best option here. So what is my best option? Is this my best option?
right.
Probably. Because it's more important for me to try to work on getting the pairs up front if I keep this. I would definitely keep the 1 cracks for the 1 2 3 mixed suit, 3rd hand down on the right side, 100%. All right, well, I'm going to hit continue because I'm continuing. I'm not stopping it. All right, so I don't need the 9. And if we were to, keep the 1s, I now have the 2 and the red to break up, which is what I'm kind of feeling I got to do. Because, I mean, I just would be crazy to get that 8 dot out with 2 out there already. That's a gold mine for somebody. So we're going to do it. We're just going to see how it goes. Hey, it might not work out, but we'll try. All right. So now I have a 1 dot, a north and a west. Somebody decided they didn't want to play wins after all, I guess. And I don't see any reason why I would keep any of those. And since I gave 1 red out, this gives me an opportunity to get these out and see what comes in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, well, now we know. So that's kind of a good feeling. So I'm going to pass these 3 and see what comes in. All right, got another 1 in. Okay, that makes the 1 2 3 even looking a little more attractive. Would have been nice if I could get a 2 dot in. And now I'm going to cautiously, even though I know that somebody gave those 8 dots back, I'm going to do 2. All right, somebody's coming in. Let me just let them in real quick. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 on this optional here. And now we will talk about what hands we are going to keep track of. The flower, 1, 2, 3 with the green. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a 4 in and have another way to make those pairs happen. But nonetheless, that would be the second hand down from the bottom under consecutive run. And we also are going to keep our eye on flowers, 1, 2 dot, which is missing, 3 bam right now. And if anything else comes in that looks like it might work out, I don't think the 2 crack is going to play out unless some miracle happens with,
Well, if you get a 4 bam,
if we, yeah,
but then you'd have to get rid of the flowers.
exactly. But I don't have to get rid of it right away.
Right.
Okay, so one of the things about discarding is always knowing how to prioritize discards. And there's a couple of things to think of when prioritizing discards when it comes to starting out from the Charleston. If you are east, you would certainly want to get rid of the 8 dot in my situation because 2 went out. So let's get it out and we'll see if that person, somebody has those 2 8 dots, they're going to call this 8 dot right now. But nonetheless, that should go out right away. The other thing would be any other tiles that you, like for instance, we put a red out there. That's another priority. So both of these are priorities. Once those 2 go out of your hands, then you start discarding tiles that you get from the wall that you've not seen, that you don't think you've seen during the Charleston, or that are not already on the table. The earlier you get out tiles that are not seen, the harder it is for other people to call them. They're not set up and ready yet. God knows if 2 dots go out, I can't call them. So if somebody were to hold 2 dots in their hand for a long time, by the time they discard them, I may be ready with jokers and have other things going on that where I can call. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start getting rid of these here. The red or 8 dot, both of them should go out. I'll do the 8 dot first.
8 dot, flower, flower,
And
8 dot,
2, oh, there goes 1. All righty, so I'll get the red out first.
red, north,
And I got somebody else coming in here. Okay.
5 bam, 9 bam,
And now we have 2 8 dots in our hands. And both of those are not on the table, but they're a pair. So what I'm going to do, well, we need to keep this for a little bit, I think, just to see what happens with that 1, 2, 3. I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to get rid of that, obviously, because of the 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the pairs because if someone else is playing 6 dots and they get set up and I throw one a little later on, not right now, they may call the 6 dot, put up a joker, and you get a little joker bait out of it. So I'm going to hold those for a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 8 bam now.
8 bam, 9 bam, 5 bam, call, 2 dot,
And we've already got a call, and we have only 1 5 bam available, and there goes one of our 2 dots. So right now, I already know that I'm going to need a joker if I play 1, 2, 3 in mixed suits.
west,
Kind of bummer. Where are my
Yes, ma'am.
jokers? All right, so now we have a 3 bam. So that's like kind of looking even nicer. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 2 crack. I do need to do it with 1, 2, 3 in greens. I need 2 pairs here. Risky business, but we'll see what happens.
2 crack, 1 bam,
You know, what's going to be challenging, there goes one of the 1 bams, is if the 3 bam or 1 crack goes out and I have no 2 dots. Then it's like, oh my God, a little challenging, right?
8
I
crack,
think this game likes to give me like numbers with one's second line, like numbers with one second line. Oh, that was before with the greens, yeah, because we don't have that opportunity now. Like numbers with the dragons. And we didn't really have like numbers. We only had one like number, we only had one set.
7 dot,
There's still no 5 dots around, so that hand I suggested at the very beginning, 1, 3, 5, and 3 suits. And you
It's
can.
still, oh, that's still a possibility. That's right. 1, 3, and 5. Let's not forget that. Thank you for the reminder.
6 crack, 8 dot,
There's the 3 8
dots.
dots. Okay, there's another 6 dots. That's the third one.
9 crack,
And there's our 2 dot. So now we have
Hmm.
1, 2, 3. And the way I think of this is I know I need one joker. And I need one more 2 dot to be able to call that. So I need 2 good picks to make this callable. So let's see what happens. I'm now going to get rid of these 6 dots. One's gone out,
6 dot, 1 dot,
and I don't think anybody's going to be.
8 bam. So,
I need a joker.
west, 7 dot,
I'm complaining, which is what I talk about not doing. No.
north, 7
So you
bam.
guys are my family. I can complain to you guys, right? Ah, look at that. Well, my, we have 2 very safe tiles right now. I'd like these for later, but I'll get rid of the 6 dots.
6 dot,
And they're all out. And nobody needed 6 dots and nobody wanted 8 dots.
2 crack, 9 crack,
All righty, there's a 5 crack. We don't need that. And that is not on the table. It's not a discard, which means that we need to get that one out immediately. So if you're thinking, get the 8 dot out because it's safer, the way to think is, no, get the 5 dot out because it's not out there yet.
5 crack, 8 crack, 1 dot, 1 dot,
There's another 2 dot.
Wow.
Now I need a joker or another 2 dot, but I need a joker, obviously, to make this happen. So I can call the 1 crack if it goes out. I can call the 3 bam if it goes out. And yes, at this point, if they go out, I will be doing that.
8 dot, 6 bam, 1 dot, 3 dot,
All right, and there is 1 soap out. We'll duplicate that. Or actually, I now should probably start, since this is going to be, I don't see any, I don't know if there's a reason to keep these 1s and 2s and greens at this point. There's 1 bam out. He's got 5 bams. Can't really tell what he's playing yet. I could keep, I could keep it for a little bit. I'll get rid of the soap.
so 4
I'm
crack,
not going to leave them too long because there's no 2 bams and there's only 1 bam out. So I need to really pay attention to that.
call, so flower,
All right, so we've got a 4 crack. All right, so we have a flower, which I can hold on to for a little bit, or I can get rid of it. Sometimes I hold flowers to see if I can get a joker exchange from it. I don't know what Kurt's doing, but and I don't know. These guys could be playing the run with flowers, so I don't know what they're doing. But I'll go ahead and get rid of it just so I can hold the 1 and 2 for a while. But you know what? All right, I've changed my mind. First of all, if I were to get a 2 bam, if I discard this, but then I get in a 2 bam, I'd have to break something else up. And this hand is, this is pretty well set. I just need one good pick. So I'm just going to go ahead and hold this just for a little bit. And I'm going to start dumping the green, the 2, and the 1. And I'm going to do the 2 bam because it is not on the table yet. So that means I need to prioritize that.
2 bam, 6 crack,
So nobody called it.
3 bam,
All right, I'm calling that for a
Wow.
call.
call,
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and get rid of the green because the green is also not out there. So now we'll see if Amistad over here takes that and is playing. Well, if he's playing 3, 4, 5, I can call him dead because I got his 3s. So he can't be playing 3, 4, 5 with the greens, can he? All right.
green, green, 9 bam, south,
All righty, now 3 dot sounds new to me or looks new. There's 1 out and there's 1, 1 bam early on. Since this is early on, I'm going to get the 1 bam out since the 3 dot was a little later. So this one hasn't been
1
seen for a
bam,
while.
5 crack, west, 7 dot,
You'd think I'd get 1 joker, right? Now I have 2 flowers.
3
I'm
dot,
hoping somebody
4
puts it
dot,
up with a
call,
joker.
7 bam,
Oh, we have a 4 dot and okay. So they're playing, we have to figure out what are they playing. They have 4s and they have 3 4s. So that would be, anybody want to put it in chat? So we know what it is. I don't see it come in chat. Second hand down under any like numbers would be the possibility there. So what we can do is, yep, Joan, correct. Now, if another green goes out, that hand will be dead. So this is where you hit dead hand, the skull, to call someone. Yep, Shirley, you're correct. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue on, and there is a 4 dot and a 5 bam still up for joker exchange.
call, joker swap, 3 crack,
Oh, somebody grabbed it already. Okay, Amistad is playing 5 bams and 7 bams. So most likely third hand down under 5, 7, 7, 9. Right? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and ignore this.
8 bam, 6 bam,
Okay, I don't think we have to worry about this at all, but we don't know what Kurt's doing, and there are no 5 dots out, so we need to get it out right away. So we do have to kind of worry about it.
5 dot, 9 dot,
Nobody called it,
5
or at
dot,
least Kurt didn't call it.
north,
Ah, there's our joker. All right,
flower, south,
nobody
Mah Jongg.
called. Oh. Okay, so defeated by a robot. Okay, now let's look and see what Annie was playing. Like numbers, of course, we knew that very well. Okay, and this one is the 13579, line 3, 5779, and he was on call. Beautiful. Wow, he could have gotten a 5 bam or a 7 crack or 9 crack, 3 ways, or a joker would have given him Mah Jongg. Look at all the jokers. He has 5 jokers. And he didn't win. And then Kurt was playing Winds and Dragons line 6. All right. So now I didn't win, but it was played well. So I'm okay with not winning, because we had so many options and so many choices in the beginning. Look at how close we came. Okay. If anybody has any questions, put it in chat, and I'm watching as we start our next game.
first Charleston,
All righty. Okay, so I've sorted my tiles, and we have our fives, which are, whoops, I'm like grabbing the wrong one. Our 5 cracks, which is the strength that we want to start with. And so I happen to move the 5 but by accident, but I'll keep that 5 anyway because it's a like number, so I might as well keep it. And then I do see 1 3s and 5s, 1 3s here because the 1 3 5 7 9, for those that are newer players, there's a low end and a high end kind of split in the middle there with a few hands that are combined. So I might keep that there. I might even keep this here. I love that last hand on the bottom, 1 3 5 7 9. And I do have, if I put it in the right order, I do have a nice amount of that starting out, but I don't need 2 5s. But I would keep an eye on it. So I might keep all of that right now. I might even keep the 7 dot for the combination of 1 3 5 7 9. You never know, that could come in too. So do I have 3 tiles to get rid of? So this is a good example of collecting all the tiles in 1 3 5 7 9, because that's kind of where we're headed right now. I think there's so much that I could do within that category with these tiles. Unless I start getting more 5s in and it pops me out of here and into like numbers, I can get rid of a lot of this stuff. And I know it's nice to pass, this is a nice pass right here. I don't know that I really need the 1 dot unless I were to play 1 3 1 3 5, which is the second hand from the bottom, 1 3 1 3 5, and I want to keep that for that potential. So maybe I will keep it. And the red, I kind of want to keep in case I start getting into like numbers. So I have like a little bit of a lot of going on here. So I'm going to pass this. And yes, it's a pretty pass, passing a 2 dot and an 8 dot. But you do the best you can. Don't pass pears, don't pass flowers. I try not to pass soaps because they have a dual role and they're very much needed for the 2022 section and the 2022 hands. So those are kind of my rules. I mean, sometimes I'm given 3 tiles all in one category, and it's like, okay, if you could use them, here's a great pass. Most of the time, people can't. I mean, it's not the norm. So, you just have to do the best you can. All righty, so I got in another 7. Okay, so, I do have, I'm missing my 9. If I did 1 3 5, I'm missing the 9 dots for that mixed suit 1 3 5 7 9, but it's still kind of coming in nicely there. And so I'm still going to, 5 7 7 9 and 2 suits could come in. I don't know what at this point. I think I'm going to give the 1 up, and my choice for my across is going to be 6 dot. Yes, Phyllis, I'm keeping the red, and this for now. 5 7 9 flower, not flowers. 5 7 9 with dragons, with the matching dragons could come in, but. And then what about 5 7 9, the mixed suit? Phyllis, we looked at that before too, right? On the other hand, so I think somebody's coming in. Okay, Hannah came back in. Okay, pass. All right, so let's see what happened here. So we now have 1 more tile that has, let me see if I can unmute Hannah. Okay, we have 1 more tile towards that 1 3 5 7 9. Not looking bad. And let's see, what else would we want to possibly keep?
How about, yeah,
1335.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, 1335. So we've got that going on. So I'm going to not consider that bottom concealed hand, so that I can have more flexibility within that. So if we're going to keep 1335, keep an eye on 13 bam, 5 crack, 7 9 dot for the first hand on the right side of the 13579. We'll do that. I'll get rid of this. One, I think this and this. This is the first left. I could do a blind pass if I want, but I don't think there's a reason to keep the 9 crack at all. So I'm getting rid of that so I can get a chance of getting in 3. All right, look at that.
One bam.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty cool. Look at that. 1 3 bam, 5 cracks, 7 dot. We need the 9 dots, and of course, that's a pair. That's a risky business. All right, I'm gonna now continue because it's the same kind of dilemma. I want to continue, and I don't need the red at this point, so I'm going to continue,
Second Charleston.
and I'm going to do this, this, and this. And I just got another red. Isn't that funny? I went second left, got the red, then across. Okay, so he's not going to have an opportunity to get this red, but if he passes it across, then he's on my right. So I should be okay with somebody not getting that red. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And we got a 5 now with the green. But then we're on second right. I mean, I could keep it. I could keep it. I have to make sure I have, I mean, this is definitely, see, this is where some people would pass the flower, but don't do it. So I could keep this as a backup, and also the 1335, right?
You gotta pass 3.
Hmm.
Oh, no, I'm a blind pass second right. So I can do a blind pass here. So,
Okay.
what's that? So I definitely can get rid of the 2. My question is do I want to keep this as a safety? 135 with the matching dragons, just in case that mixed suit, I need that 9, those 2 9 dots. I mean, I've got 1335, which is way stronger. So, you know, I'd be apt to not consider that and keep it, because I have 1335, a nice hand, backup hand. This way, I may get one more tile. I get new tiles. And Joan, yes, you're right. Blind pass is possible, but I'm really debating, why do I need to keep that other one? This other one is way, if I start getting in another couple jokers or something, I don't know. And somebody has that green, it could get thrown out. There's one of my tiles that goes out. All right, I'm doing this. It's just my gut feeling of wanting to try to get in one more tile toward something.
Courtesy pass.
Well, I did get one more tile in for my backup 1335. Okay, so that makes me happy to get that in. And now I'm going to do 2 on the blind pass.
Green.
And no new tiles, but there goes the green.
9 dot. Flower.
And there goes 1 9 dot. And let's see, 1 3 1 3. I never saw 1 dots or 3 dots. I could hold on to it for a little bit.
7 bam.
Doesn't
4
hurt.
crack. 8 bam. East.
And I'll get rid of that.
2 bam. Red. 9 bam. 8 dot.
And I'll get rid of a red one out. So let's see what has not gone out up there. 2 crack is not out, so I'll get the 2
2
crack
crack.
out.
7 crack. 4 crack. North. East.
Didn't see a lot of
Eight
a lot of winds going around that Charleston
5
at all.
West.
Okay, and I don't see any reason to keep that baby right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that.
So
I like to get rid of
2
them
crack.
early as well in case somebody's playing
8
the year
crack.
hands.
Red.
There's another red. There's a 1 crack. Wrong number for 1 3. I was thinking of holding that 3 bam only because of potentially 1 bam, 3 bam, 1 dot, 3 dot with the 5 cracks, which is that second hand from the bottom. But 1 3 5 7s with 9s. Nah, didn't do that. Consider that single one at all. So I'm not going to keep this.
1 crack. 1 bam.
Okay, so here goes a 1 bam. Now, of course, I have that backup that I'm holding, which is 1 3 3 5, but I don't want to commit to something right now, and there's 1 more 1 bam. Phyllis, would
Yeah,
you?
but you have the 3 bam already. You have it off to the right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if I call this now, then I'm now committed to this hand. I can't.
I know, but the 9 dots are, one is out.
Just 1.
This, I would call it, but it's up to you, obviously.
Oh, it's so early in the game.
Well,
It's
you
very
don't have any
early.
jokers.
What?
You don't have any jokers.
I know. That's why I'm really
And,
tempted not to call it, actually.
and you could have gone dead with the 9 dots.
Yeah. Well, no, I won't go. I'll go dead on that hand, but I won't go dead, right? I'm still going to have an option. There's still 1 more 1 bam left. It's not like,
Yeah, that's true, but well, it's up to you.
it's a toss up. I am apt not to block myself in early in the game. To me, it's still a bit early to just go ahead and do that 1 hand. But, and let me just count really quickly. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that would make 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would get me one tile closer. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 at this point. All right, I'll tell you what. I think because this gives me 9 tiles toward that hand, I'm going to call it. If it were going to give me an even amount, wait a minute. What Cherie said, you have 9 for the odd hands. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4, 5, 6. I have only 8. You only need a pair of 3 bams. So that's why my deciding factor is going to kind of go toward calling it to see if I can make that happen. So I'm going to call the 1 bam as a Ones. Wait, a minute, pairs of ones, 3 threes, 2s, 7s. Can you give me the line number you're referring to, Cherie? Because that, what you just typed in is a little confusing to me. Unless anybody else can see the chat and help me with that. Just give me the line number. Which hand? I'm waiting for Cherie to write. Odd line 1. Oh, right. But I only have 2 1 BAMs, 2 3 BAMs. That's 4. 2 5 cracks. That's 6. And 2 7 dots. That's 8 tiles, not 9. So, oh no, wait a second. Oh, Cherie is right. It's not a pair of 3s.
Right.
I'm so sorry. I am like, okay, you're right. You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. So now we have 9 already in our hand with the 1 3 5 7 9 with 1 1 BAM available. So I'm going to stick to my original gut, Phyllis, and I'm not going to call it.
6 crack. West.
Okay, and so the greens, 1 is out already, and I think 1 was passed. I'll go ahead and get rid of that.
Green. 5 BAM. 3 crack.
And there goes a 3 crack, so that,
2 BAM.
and we don't need that. So let's see, there's 2 reds, okay.
5 BAM. 9 BAM. 4 dot. Call. 6 crack.
No jokers up for swap. Okay, do we need this at all? I don't think so at all. So I'm going to get rid of that, and there's 1 out.
7 crack. 9 dot.
There goes the second one.
1 BAM.
Ooh, okay. Now my chances have just gone down even greater. So at this point, I am going to call that 1 BAM. And go ahead and switch out of it. Especially since I don't have any jokers. I'm gonna get 9 dotted right after I do this. You know that, right?
There's 1 9 dot out.
There's 2 out, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
there's 2 out.
I'm gonna get 1 more, and then I'm gonna get the second one, right? After I do this. I'm gonna call it.
Call.
All right, so now I've done it.
Red. West. 9 crack. 9 crack.
Okay, well, I don't need that, but it's kind of a safe tile because I have all 4. So I hold that for when I have to make harder decisions about what to get out there. So
3 dot. 9 BAM. South. 6 crack. West. 8 BAM. South.
I'm not getting many jokers tonight.
North.
Not at all. Right?
I had 1
8
so
crack.
far.
Call. 7 BAM.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I've got, I think, 1 joker available there. And I don't think there's a reason to call this. Now he's probably playing 2 4 6 8. And maybe I'll hold it as another backup. I don't know, for 1 3 3 5. Are there any other? There's 1 5 dot out, and there's 1 3 dot, which I just got rid of, so I doubt it. Oh, let's see. I guess I'm not going to keep it.
5 dot.
Okay.
6 dot. Call. 7 BAM.
Oh, we got a 6 dot. Is there 1 out? No. So there's another joker available.
5 dot.
Okay. And an 8 BAM.
8 BAM. Flower. Joker swap. Red.
Boy, I don't get joker swaps lately either
So-
playing, I'm telling you. Okay, so this is not needed.
1 crack. 1 crack, 9 crack, 1 crack, east, 5 bam, north, 9 dot,
There's the third one.
9 crack, 7 bam, 9 bam, 4 bam,
Wow, hallelujah, huh? I got a tile in. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this flower because I'm in the end game, 38 tiles
Right.
less, end game.
flower, flower, joker swap, green,
Well, you know, it's not right.
4 bam, south, 7 crack, 5 dot, 5 bam,
Okay, now, this is when I have to dump this because we're at that point. I can't keep it any longer. Maybe.
7 dot,
Okay,
tall,
look at
6
that.
bam,
That's the Joker bait thing. You just saw it happen.
call,
You
4
only,
bam,
oh my God, we have 3 exposures. We need to take a break for a second. So 6, 7 could be 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Second, third line down, consecutive run.
Right.
It could also be 4, 5, 6, 7 with
Right.
pung, pung, kong, kong, which is the 5th hand down. And it could be that in 1 suit or 2. Now, you could really examine the table. In normal play, you wouldn't have the liberty of doing that. There are 2 5 dots out, and the other guy has 4 dots. So chances are it's not going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, pung, pung, quong, quong in 1 suit. But it could be 6, 7, 8 dot, because there's only 1 8 dot, and it could be with 2 suits, the pung, pung, quong, quong. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you can't take.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit ignore right now because I just want to, I wanted to see what they're playing there. So it's not 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 2, 4, 6, 8 with the 3 suits, third hand down.
Right.
2 dots, 4 dots, and they are so close. So my chances of mahjonging is slim to none. So let me ignore that. Oh, okay, I have another safe tile, but I also have a joker exchange. So
joker
that's
swap,
the only way I can get my joker. And this is a safe tile. The greens, there's 3 greens out, that's safe. The 3 bam is safe because I have all of them. So every one of these tiles is safe tiles. This is how I like to end up towards the end of the game. If I have to start playing defensively and I didn't have any jokers to throw, at least I know I could still go at it and still keep going and trying. And I have good safe tiles at this late stage. Look at 21 tiles left, right? So that's 5 top 5 picks. All right, so I'm going to get rid
3
of this.
bam, 9 dot,
There's the 4th 9 dot.
so, north,
And at this point, we want to just really make sure
green,
we don't give.
Mah Jongg.
It wasn't even Kurt. All right, look, we're playing the hand. The hand is being played right. We're just not getting jokers.
Right.
Not getting, you know, we're getting pretty good picks in, I must say, for not getting jokers. But, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3. That was what it was. Consecutive run line 3, 6, 7, 8 for here. And this one was line 3, the 2, 4, 4, 6 with the 8s, 3 suits. Yeah, I agree, Joan. He's played, and the good part is I didn't even have to worry about playing defensively because I still had 3 safe tiles to get rid of. if I did pick, well, yeah, I would have played defensively, obviously, if I picked this guy's tile, but he wasn't even exposed.
No, nothing.
Amistad wasn't even exposed. Wow. All right, that was cool. Okay, so I think we have time for one more.
First Charleston.
Look at this. What is with me with no jokers? Anybody have any idea? Oh, okay, well, let's start out with our strength and our pairs, okay? Oh, my goodness. Well, I see a ton of 2, 4, 6, 8s just hopping out at me. I mean, they are just crazy here. We are lots of 2, 4, 6, 8s. And I don't even want to think about which hand we would be playing right now, but there's a lot right there that we could be dealing with. Maybe I'll keep this for a little bit and I'll get rid of this, this, and this, and we'll see what happens. And because there is a hand that plays the opposite dragon in 2, 4, 6, 8. There's also like number potential. We got a lot of choices. Okay, we have an 8 BM. All right, so no jokers. Who knows? Maybe I'll play 2, 4, 6, 8 jokerless. Okay, so now I have to figure out what do I want to get rid of. If I were, I'm not going to keep the red because I have the pair of 8. Well, maybe I will because of the 3 8s. No, maybe I will. I think the 2, I'm going to keep the 8 for like numbers because I have 3 8s now. I'm going to keep this for sure. Could keep track of the bottom 2, 4, 6, 8 concealed hand. Well, we don't need this and we're not going to use this. So the question is, which one do I keep of this? Since I have 2 8s already, I think I'm going to get rid of the 2. The 2 feels like it might be the least of what I might need to keep. Okay, that's what we're doing. Even if I did 2, 4, 4, 6, and 8, missing the 4 dot, I still don't need the 2 there. So I'm going to do the 2. All right. Now I have another 4, which I really don't need at all. I don't need that. I don't need that, and I don't need that, and I do not think I need that. I still want to hold on to that red. So I don't see any reason. I just have to remember if I break this up, do I need to keep that 4 for any reason? 2, 4. I don't think so. Nope. 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 I'm not going to keep it. I want to keep getting in as many tiles as I can get in. All right. So there's another 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4 BMs, 6, 8 cracks. If I get the 6, 8 in, I know I'm going to have to continue.
Second Charleston.
There's no way I would be stopping at this point. Like numbers is not looking as promising. 2, 4, 6 BMs with the 8s pairs. I mean, there's so many things that could come in. And I don't think this is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 with the red. Then I'd have to break those up. All right, so I'm not going to keep this, and I don't think I need the 4 crack at this point. I mean, I could, if I had like 1 flower, I probably would have considered the bottom, but I have so many duplicates or the pungs that I just would have to break up so much to do that concealed hand. 2, 4, 6, 8 red is a potential. 2, 4, 6 BMs with the 8 pairs is the potential. Let me see. 2 BAM, 4 BAM. Let's look at what line number. Line number 5 on the right side. I've got the 2 BAMs. That's a good feeling. I have 1 4 BAM. I need the pair for the 6 dots. I could call the 8 dot. I'm weak on the reds. Now, if I do the 2, 4, 6, fourth hand down, I need 6s. I have none. And I have a pair of 8s. And I have the pair of 9s. I've got those covered, but I need a pair of 4s. Woo!
Where's your pair of nines?
No, pair of 8s. Did I say 9s?
Yeah.
Fourth hand down, 2, 4, 6 BAM with the pair of 8s and pair of 8 dots. 8 cracks, 8 dots. So I have those pairs already intact. Okay, I have to do this. Now, I hate to get rid of that 2 BAM if I have to back up out of something. What about the 8 BAM? That's probably my best choice. I'm probably way better off keeping the 2 BAM, and then I can always do a 2 BAM, 4 BAM, either the 3 suit, 6, 8,
Right.
3 suit, third hand down, or 1 suit. So I think this is my best bet. Out of all the options, I think it's my best bet. All right, now we got this back. This was in and out, and I just got rid of 1. So they're going around. And I don't need the 4.
Well, wait a second.
Oh.
How about 3 suits? 2, 4, 4, 6, and the 8 cracks.
2, oh, okay. I thought we were doing, oh no, we tried that with a different combination. 2, 4,
You didn't have the
4,
1.
6. I would just need the 4 there and the 8 crack.
That's just a thought.
No, it's a good thought though. It's a good option. So then we could either do a blind pass, which is probably what I'll do then. Then we keep a lot of choices. Oh my God.
Courtesy
Too many,
pass.
too many. That doesn't help me at all. Oh no, it does. For the 2, 4, 6 with the 8.
6 BAMs.
Oh yes, it does help. I forgot. I'm losing track of all these hands. Okay. So that is looking nice. I need that pair. I need jokers. Do you guys agree that I do need a little help with some jokers? All right, so what are we going to do? 1 pass in the Charleston and keep all of this, keep track of all of this? Well, what the hey? Let's do it. Under normal circumstances in real life, I know that if I say that I want to pass 1, there is not one of my friends that would say yes. I don't know about you guys, but if you get offered 1 tile, you just politely say no, thank you. But since this is a computer game, you get to do it.
2 dot.
And I got an 8 BM, but that doesn't help me, right? Okay, so you guys are gonna have to help me yell. I allow you to unmute and yell if I accidentally go to ignore something or not call something or miss something. We've got so much to keep track of here. All righty.
8 BAM.
We've got that looking very nice. And that's all I need are jokers. I'm not asking for a whole lot.
North. 2 crack.
All right, so 2, 4, 6, 8 could be a backup. And I have to now think about safe backup if the 4 BMs, if someone's playing with them or they go dead, because I could cover with jokers, but I can't with a pair. So if I lose that opportunity, My next best option is going to be a 3-suit pung pung kong kong with 2-4, 2-4 6.8 crack, or 2-4 6 crack 8 dot. That could go 2 ways, and that's good. And then in this case, we need this. So I need both 6s and the 2, and I'm dumping the red, Phyllis.
Okay.
I'm abandoning that hand because I can't play them all.
Red. 4 crack. 9 dot. Flower. 5 dot. West. 7 crack. 7 dot. Call. 7 bam.
All right, we have 1 7 dot up if and somebody else doesn't grab it.
5 crack. 1 dot. 5 bam. 4 crack. Flower.
Wow. Flower's going out early.
9 crack. 6 dot.
Okay, so there's a 6 dot. That might lessen that opportunity, but nonetheless,
4 crack. 1 dot. 9 dot. 1 crack. 1 crack.
I'm waiting for a joker.
Green. 5 dot. 9 bam. 4 bam.
Okay, so there's 1 4 bams. I have 2 more chances. Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Now all I need are what? Jokers.
Now, why do you have this 2 bam all the way to the right? It should be.
Oh, because
Yeah.
we were looking at
I
that.
didn't want you to discard it.
I know,
making me
that's what I
nervous.
said. Yeah, if you see I do something crazy. Okay, so this is looking very nice.
6 dot. 1 bam.
I really only need 1 good pick right now because I can call the 2 bam.
3 bam.
Wouldn't it be
Two.
cool if I could get a joker, Lycium?
8 crack. 3 bam.
Wow. Look at that. 2 4 6 8, but I don't need to even worry about doing that because I mean I could do this, keep this because it's a pair, and I could do the 6 dot now, but like to go to 2 4 6 crack 8 crack, the pung pung corn corn. That's what hand number, 3rd hand down. It wouldn't make sense to do it
6
because I'm
dot.
so close to the other
3
one.
dot.
And I don't have to worry about a pair anymore, so. Hannah said, why do you say no thank you to 1 tile courtesy? Because if you were to, very often I've gotten a new tile in the courtesy, which is interesting because that's another whole level of strategy. If you know what to keep track of, you would never give a fresh tile out on last right or across on the courtesy, but people do that. So let's say that this one player had given up one of their tiles because they knew they had to continue the Charleston and they had to break something up. And the 1 tile you give them is a tile that they gave out that they were hoping and praying they'd get back. And I have gotten those tiles back. And I'm sure some of you have. And so that's why you don't ever pass 1 tile. And that usually is an indication that they're pretty well set. So would you want to give them that 1 tile that they got out? Have them 1 tile closer? No.
South. 1 dot. North. 2 bam.
All right, I need that for Kong. Let me make sure 2 4 6. Yep,
Yeah.
Call.
very nice.
6 crack. 3 bam.
I would have liked if someone had called that 6 crack and put up a joker.
1 bam. West. 8 bam. South. West. 4
Wow.
dot. Call. 6 crack.
Ooh, wow. That was interesting.
North. 1 crack. 9 dot. 7 crack. North. 1 crack.
Wouldn't it be interesting if he's playing 2, 4, 6, 8 mixed suits and he's playing with 6 BMs and he has jokers or something like that? Wouldn't that be crazy?
8 bam call. East.
Aha. All right, we've got some joker exchange opportunities, but not yet.
5
Well,
joker swap. Red.
one is out.
East.
They're both out.
Both 8s are out.
Yeah.
1, 2, you're right.
Top row and the
3
bottom.
crack.
Now there's no,
Green. 9 bam. Call. 3 crack.
all right, so 7, 8, 9, or a run, 6, 7, 8, 9 of some sort. Okay, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. And this could be a Mahjong.
Flower call. Red.
Wasn't, but oh, okay. So, and there's no soaps anywhere. I wonder what he might be playing. Second hand from the bottom, consecutive run. Yeah. What else? Could it be anything else? I don't think so. All right.
3 crack. 7 crack.
Oh, man, I don't need that. I don't need that. 6, 7, 8, 9. I know these have gone out, but I'll just get rid of it just to make
Crack.
sure.
5 crack. East. 1 bam.
Oh my goodness. Where
3 crack.
are the jokers?
Red.
This set doesn't have any.
8 crack.
Look at that. Okay, what are the chances I'm gonna Mahjong and not one of these other miserable robots here? Okay,
8 dot. East.
it will be jokerless as long as, and I don't think anybody's playing it. I mean, it doesn't appear to be needed by anybody.
6 crack. 9 dot.
Let's see, this could be, are there any out? One first one. This could be a little dangerous. But I gotta get it out because I do want to win.
5 bam. Mah Jongg.
What?
I lost you guys.
What happened?
It just, my screen totally disappeared. And I wonder if I'm still, yeah, it's still live streaming. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't think we have time for another game, but
Well, what happened? Did you win?
no, you didn't see it? So you were
No.
gone? So I was talking all that time to nobody, but you guys were there.
It just froze for us.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I did not win. Annie won,
Oh,
and Annie didn't, she won with my 5 bam that I threw. I took the
Right.
because she didn't have, what she had exposed did not indicate what she was playing. I knew it was going to be a hot tile, but
right.
nonetheless, I would have taken a chance. If she had exposures up and I knew exactly what she needed at that point in the game, I would have broken up my hand. But I would have been jokerless.
I know.
Looks pretty. Let's look and see where it is. It's right there. There's my Mahjong tile. Right
We
there.
can't see it. All we see is you.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let me share again. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, so this is the remaining tiles and there's my 6 BAM and I would have been joking.
No.
And this was Annie's hand. You know, 5, 7, 9 in the 3 suits. And yeah, because she could have been playing anything. I know, Shirley, it is too bad, but I got close and it would have been really pretty.
Yeah.
Consecutive run line 7. We kind of knew that was what was going on with Amistad. And then 7, 8, 9 with no flowers. Oh, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because she has the jokers go in crazy places. So it would have been 6, 7 BAM, 8, 9 BAM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Line 5. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's a little confusing because of the way the jokers were sitting in there, because I wouldn't have put them necessarily. I only put them if I know 100% that's where they have to go. But anyway, all right. Well, it was fun spending the evening with you ladies as always, and it was fun trying to win the game. And again, I say this every week, but it's not always about winning. It is important to play defensively as well. We didn't have to worry too much about doing that and breaking up our hand this time. But I think that based on all the choices that we had and the fact that I hardly had any jokers, I think I saw 2 jokers tonight, and one of them was through a joker exchange. And it's hard to win when you have no jokers.
Tell me about it.
It really is. But I think they were played well. And hold on, let me see if there's any things we can't see it. Okay, Hannah said, "Hi, Debbie, I'd like to tip you or pay you somehow for all these free lessons. Do you have Venmo, or is there a place I can mail a check or something? Thanks for these great lessons." Oh, Hannah, thank you. That's very sweet of you to offer. I will put, I'll make sure that I put in the notes, the different ways that if somebody did want to support me, there is a way to donate through YouTube. Of course, I do this for free. I don't ask for money, but every once in a while, somebody does ask me how they could make a little donation. And so I'll put that in there for you guys and let you know exactly how you can do that if you should want to. So thank you, Hannah, so much for offering. And you guys have a wonderful rest of the week and a safe weekend. And I hope to see you back next Wednesday. And share the replay with anybody that you know that can benefit from it. It'll be up tomorrow. And thank you so much. You're welcome, Cherie. I hope you guys all had a good time. Till next week.
Okay, thank you, Debbie.
Thank you so much, you guys. Bye.